You've seen her standing proudly in New York Harbor, a towering figure of freedom, justice, and hope. But what if I told you the Statue of Liberty was almost never built, and it nearly ended up in Egypt, not America? Or that this beloved American icon was once a failed lighthouse, and that her arrival in the U.S. sparked nationwide controversy? In this video, we uncover the surprising, strange, and forgotten history behind Lady Liberty, the statue that became a symbol of freedom across the world. Now, we are going to discuss the original idea. The Statue of Liberty was not just a generous gift from France, it was born out of political ideals. The idea came in 1865 from a French historian and politician named Édouard René de La Boulaye. He was a strong supporter of democracy and admired the United States for ending slavery after the Civil War. La Boulaye believed that France, struggling under the shadow of authoritarian rule, should celebrate liberty by gifting a statue to America. The project was meant to commemorate the centennial of American independence, but it also carried a deeper message, a silent encouragement for democratic reform in France. To bring this vision to life, La Boulaye turned to Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, a passionate sculptor known for his large-scale designs. Interestingly, Bartholdi originally proposed a giant statue at the Suez Canal in Egypt, but that idea was rejected. When La Boulaye suggested building a monument for America instead, Bartholdi jumped at the chance. Now, we move further to the construction challenges. Designing the statue was one thing. Building it, that was a whole different challenge. Bartholdi constructed the statue in France, piece by piece. It took nearly 9 years, and once finished, the statue was disassembled into over 350 individual parts, packed into 214 crates, and shipped across the Atlantic in 1885. But when it arrived in New York, there was a massive problem. The pedestal wasn't finished. The U.S. government had refused to fund it, and public interest was low. That's when Joseph Pulitzer, yes, the famous newspaper publisher, stepped in. He launched a campaign in his paper, The New York World, asking everyday Americans to donate whatever they could. The response was overwhelming. Over 120,000 people donated, many giving just a few cents. Thanks to that effort, the pedestal was completed in 1886 and the statue was finally assembled. Without that grassroots movement, the Statue of Liberty may have remained in storage, a forgotten French gift never placed in New York Harbor. Now, we discuss hidden features and surprising facts. Most people recognize her towering frame and torch, but the Statue of Liberty hides some fascinating secrets. For starters, did you know she wasn't always green? The statue is made of copper, and when it first arrived, she had a shiny reddish-brown color. Over time, oxidation turned the copper surface into the famous green patina we see today. But that's not the only surprise. In 1886, just after she was installed, the Statue of Liberty was briefly used as a lighthouse. Yes, you heard that right. The U.S. Lighthouse Board hoped her torch could guide ships into the harbor. But the light wasn't bright enough, and the lighthouse idea was scrapped just 16 years later. Here is another hidden detail. At her feet lie broken chains and shackles, a symbol of freedom from oppression. She also wears a crown with 7 spikes, representing the 7 continents and 7 seas, signifying liberty spreading across the world. And although millions visit the pedestal and crown each year, very few know that access to the torch has been closed since 1916, after a nearby explosion during World War I damaged it. The next section is cultural impact. Over time, the Statue of Liberty became more than a monument, she became a cultural icon. For many immigrants arriving at Ellis Island, the sight of Lady Liberty was their first glimpse of America. She came to symbolize not just liberty, but hope, new beginnings, and a better life. Her image has been used in protests, art, films, and political movements across generations. From representing resistance to tyranny to being featured in Hollywood disaster films, Lady Liberty is both a guardian and a witness to American history. And she's not alone. There are replicas of the statue all around the world from Paris to Tokyo, each carrying the same message: that liberty is a universal right, not just an American one. The Statue of Liberty may be one of the most photographed landmarks in the world. But beneath her iconic surface lies a story of struggle, symbolism, and international cooperation. From a failed Egyptian proposal to a crowdfunded pedestal to becoming the face of freedom worldwide, her history is anything but ordinary. So next time you see her, remember, Lady Liberty isn't just a statue. She's a story, and one that still inspires the world today.